Hello everyone, my name is Mhel Monte from SH203. The news article that I've chosen regarding the natural disaster in the Philippines from 2017 to 2020 is the Typhoon Ulysses. So what type of disaster is it? First, tropical cyclone, typhoon, flash floods, and lastly is landslide. So how many number of casualties, what part, and where location it happened? So, a total of 1,264,379 families or 5,195,374 persons were affected in 7,287 barangays in the region of NCR 1, 2, 3, Calabarzon, 5, Mimaropa, and CAR. So, when it happened? On November 8, 2020, Tropical Depression Ulysses entered in the Philippines Area of Responsibility or PAR and became a tropical storm on November 10, 2020 as it continued to more northwestward. On November 11, 2020, it further intensifies into a typhoon. How does the government protect people from the natural disaster? And what things should you be aware of about areas exposed for this hazard? First is the recovery and reconstruction. The IFRC's Program and Operation Division has revised and approached the EAP for the Philippines Red Cross and Typhoon with a time frame of the 5 years and a budget of CHF 249,540, consisting of CHF 131,985 for readiness and preposition and CHF 117,555 for early action. The EAP shall be funded from the IFRC's Forecast-Based Action Fund, where allocations shall be drawn on annual basis to cover readiness and preposition cost and as a one-off upon trigger to implement early actions. Lastly, health, shelter, and non-food items. There are three actions are considered for minimizing the impact of typhoons on livelihoods and housing. Those are early harvesting of matured crops, livestock in assist evacuations, and installing of shelter strengthening kits. In addition, cash for work is considered systematically for mobilizing workforce to implement these three early actions before the typhoon landfall and will specifically benefit to vulnerable farmers or fisherfolk by providing them with temporarily employment. It's estimated that at least 50% of these workers will be able to use the cash ahead for the typhoon. So, what are the drastic effects of this natural disaster to the community? First, outside evacuation centers, with 34 families and 103 persons temporarily staying with their relatives and friends in Region 2, 5, and CAR, while inside evacuation centers with 4,385 families or 17,013 persons currently taking temporarily shelter in 131 evacuation centers in Region NCR 2, Calabarzon, and 5. Lastly is the status of affected families and persons. A total of 1,264,374 families or 5,195,374 persons were affected in 7,287 barangays in Region NCR 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, CAR, Calabarzon, and Mimaropa. Lastly, as a student, due to the psychological effect of the typhoon, the briefing is very essential program. Others who are psychologically strong need not to undergo, however, a necessity to everyone for agricultural, livestock, and any forms of livelihood programs be offered and implemented for sustaining population, which I believe the government is primarily doing their role to the public. In this connection, my salute and appreciation to the administration. Truly, it bears the truck. The government is always pro people.